Hold it right. Hi, everyone. It's me, Tuxedo Mask. Evening wear high, Darian here. Today I'm going to talk about, why I always help Sailor Moon. A lot of folks in the Sailor Moon followership some of them don't understand why I help Sailor Moon for, and others out there scave it. They're like, oh, well, they're like, if Sailor Moon is, this strong, bold woman, which, yes, she is in many ways, but in many ways, everyone needs to be helped. And I'm going to give you thing likes of strong women who got helped. All right? You have Freeney Fisher, which she's a bold, strong woman who helps her. Jack Robinson. All right. And Power Rangers and Might Keepers, at least from, season Saga 1 to Saga 3. Tommy Oliver helped Kimberly Hart out. He did the same thing for Catherine Hardaway as well. So I don't want to hear about how it's a double standard. So I help Sailor Moon because the truth is Sailor Moon was never meant to be a fighter. Like in the past when she was Elderling Serenity or whatever you want to call her, she never really was meant for fighting. That's why she had the Sailor Keepers to watch over her, which they do the same thing now they did in the past. And a lot of folks gave my way of helping. They go, oh, sometimes you just show up and throw a red rose and then say words like, you can do it, believe in yourself. Because sometimes it's what you say, and other times it's what you do. And there have been times where, yes, I have helped Sailor Moon out of many binds, gotten into the fighting, And a lot of folks will say, oh, well, you didn't do anything. But that's not fair, because sometimes I did do a lot of things, Sometimes just, throwing that red rose to, keep someone from doing something and then telling her she can believe in herself, that's something. And sometimes I do have to fight, And it's like you can't win with some of these folks out there. It's like it's like they think if a man's helping a woman, they think it somehow takes away from the boldness or the fearlessness of that woman, and it does not. But there's folks out there think it, These folks out there who think that, oh, well, if Sailor Moon is all, if she's strong and bold, which yes she is, they're like, well, she don't need you. Oh, well, keep in mind that even though she gets bolder over time, and even though over time she tends to grow up a little, but it doesn't mean she doesn't get in binds with fiends that she needs help. All right? So stop telling me what I'm doing is wrong. When I told you 2 thing likes out there of that being done. All right? So so you can just stop it right there. Now, my Metchevs, the way I go by doing it, a lot of folks gave that. They're like, oh, well, you sometimes just throw a red rose and then you say something like, oh, believe in yourself, you can do it. Because sometimes that's all it's needed, is just me to be there and tell her that she can do it. And then she believes in herself, and then the fiend's beaten. No double standard. And yes, sometimes I do have to help out. Yes, there have been times where I've gotten into the fight. Now, I know some of you folks out there are going to say, well, why don't you help her in every saga? Well, keep in mind, I don't know why. Don't ask me why sometimes I don't show up to help and other times I do. But the times that I don't show up to help, Which, don't ask me why it was written like that in a drawing show. I don't understand it at all. She ends up winning in those fights too. And I had no run and lead or slay over how I was being handled, alright? I'll see you all later.